basically my team's responsibility is to extend Rockwell Automation's footprint into the process control and information software space. We do that in a handful of ways. First, we're responsible for defining and building Plant PX, which is our modern DCS that's used for process control. Second, we help our customers. Not loud enough? Okay. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So second, we help our customers build the connected enterprise by implementing a suite of information software capabilities. Finally, I'll talk to you about something new that we're announcing this year, which is the Rockwell Automation FactoryTalk Cloud and our advanced analytics offerings. So to begin, you heard a lot of information here by Bob about the importance of digitization and the impact that it can make on manufacturing. Now, an alarming statistic is that while most senior executives recognize what digitization can do for their organization, they know it can be leveraged to drive increased productivity, drop costs, and improve profits. Many even think that it can create new revenue streams. You can see that only about 7% of these organizations have a formal digitization process. And so we think that's set up an environment where Rockwell Automation can engage with a lot of our customers, along with our partners, to help them through that journey. There's a forecast that approximately 20 billion smart devices will be connected to the internet by the year 2020. That's only 4 years away. More than half of those devices will not be connected to an industrial network. And so this has set up a situation where manufacturers have to consider what their plant floor network technology is. At Rockwell Automation, we believe that should be Ethernet. And about 10 years ago, we standardized all of our industrial networks on standard unmodified Ethernet IP. What this has done is move the same network to the plant floor that's in the enterprise. And so now you have easier data movement between the factory and the ERP. In addition, Ethernet IP, the cost point is coming way down. And so now it makes sense to embed network chips in devices that cost as little as $100. And so you'll see that all of this has set up an environment of vast adoption, a lot of connectivity. And so now there's going to be a lot of data to be used. And as Bob had mentioned, less than 1% of it is being used to tell you anything about the process. So our customers are really going to need a big data strategy. At Rockwell Automation, we think that we're in a good position to help our customers with a big data strategy, primarily because we understand industrial data. In a lot of cases, we are the source of it. We know how to collect the data, orchestrate and contextualize it. That basically means to organize it and add some meaning. Then we know how to apply business intelligence tools to turn the data into information. We wanted to know where our customers were going to see the greatest impact on their operations. And so we commissioned a consultant to go out and do a survey for us. The results came back, and what they said was really we could summarize in 4 main areas. First, they saw value in smart connected assets. They're easier to control. You can get information about their state. And it gives you a lot of new business intelligence that helps you make decisions better. Second is predictive equipment. Predictive equipment has some sort of an analytic that knows where the process is going and can also recommend corrected action should there be an anomaly coming. Third is leveraging the data for regulatory compliance. And even if our customers are not in a regulated industry, leveraging software platforms to standardize their manufacturing process drives significant value. You saw that in the Rockwell Automation example in Blake's talk. And the last is greater visibility into their operations, their supply chain, and what they're shipping to their customers. So I wanted to revisit the Rockwell Automation productivity initiatives and dig a little bit deeper into phase 2. The reason why I want to do this is that it's very similar to the solutions we're able to provide for our customers. Basically, we had gone through and implemented Production Center, implemented an MES software across all of our plants, and you saw the productivity that we gained from that. But then we realized if we really wanted to make business decisions, we had to have the ability to combine industrial data or plant floor data with data from across the enterprise that's in the ERP. And so we created a business intelligence center of excellence. What they did was build a private cloud based upon our partner Microsoft's technology in an Azure cloud stack. From there, they could bring data from the manufacturing systems, data in from CRM, from warranty databases, field service databases, and we can analyze things like warranty costs. But in addition to looking at the costs, we could drill down on root cause analysis and make recommendations back to the factories about how to make more quality products for our customers. And so I get the question a lot from customers who will say, what does Rockwell Automation do to build a connected enterprise? Well, I'd like to kind of take you to these red bars on the side. First of all, it starts on the plant floor with smart connected assets. Whether it's a variable frequency drive, a motor starter, a sensor, process instrumentation offered by our partner Endresen Hauser. It's about putting it on the network and getting information about the status of that device. The next level that's important is the integrated architecture, the control layer. And I'll talk about Plant PX, our process controller, in just a minute. Plant PX is based upon the integrated architecture. But what's important about the integrated architecture for the connected enterprise is that it's built to be information enabled. We build it so that it's easy to get at the data that is inside our systems. Beyond the integrated architecture, you also have the network strategy that I talked about before, Ethernet IP. And you'll hear a little later from Scott Lapsowich, whenever he comes up, that we offer a service to our customers to come out and audit their plant networks and make sure that they're robust enough to implement digitization projects. Now, with the networks, the integrated architecture, and the smart assets in place, you have the foundation to add on top a host of information software capabilities. The first is our scalable MES platform. I'll talk about that in a while, but MES is a software platform that's used to connect the automation system on the plant floor with the ERP. Second, I'll talk about our new scalable analytics strategy that we're announcing this year at Automation Fair. Third is mobility and collaboration. I think you'll see that later in a demo. And then again, from Scott, you'll hear about our connected services where we leverage this infrastructure to help our customers keep their plants running. So let's start with the DCS. We refer to it as the modern DCS Plant PX, and there's a reason for that. We differentiated in the marketplace in 3 key areas. First is the flexible architecture. As I mentioned before, it's built upon the integrated architecture. The integrated architecture gives us a couple of advantages. The first is that we build and design in enhanced process control for the process industry. But the controllers can also do applications in discrete, safety, and even motion control for packaging ends of the plant. What this does is it enables our customers to use Plant PX as the main DCS and keep a common architecture across the entire facility. So now you have one system, one set of hardware, software, networks to support. Second, we talk about a contemporary infrastructure. And I had already talked about the use of Ethernet IP to make information flow easier. Second, we allow our customers to bring into the system commercially available servers. So we don't insist that they buy oversized, overpriced, lockdown servers like many of our competitors. So what this has done, now you're using contemporary commercial IT technologies. If you need to make a change to the system, if you want to enhance the system with a new IT capability, these things are easily done without engaging in a massive engineering effort and expensive licensing changes. Last is our focus on workforce productivity. And here we create libraries, productivity tools to help you generate code very quickly, and leverage new technology like virtualization to make our system very easy and fast to deploy and simple to maintain. Now let's talk about our new announcement at the Automation Fair, which is the Rockwell Automation Factory Talk Cloud. And I want to say a few things about the cloud platform. First, we have a device that is a network crawler. It can be installed at the automation layer. You see, a lot of the devices I'd mentioned before, the smart devices on the plant, are Rockwell automation equipment. And so what this crawler is able to do is go across the network, identify all the Rockwell automation equipment, present that asset, and collect data from that asset. Now, the customer has the ability to leverage that data and even send it to the cloud if they wish. When we talk about sending it to the cloud, the way they do that is the second release, which is a cloud gateway. And what our gateway does is it allows customers to move information from our automation system into the cloud. Now it's in the cloud. It can be combined with third-party data. It can be combined with enterprise data. And we have business intelligence tools that we can lay on top to analyze it and turn our customers' data into information. We think the time is now. We've been working on this for about 3 to 4 years inside of our advanced technology group. 3 to 4 years ago, most industrial customers said, no way will the cloud have an impact. But we knew it was a matter of time. And so we started to work on it, and the time's now for this to become a commercialized product, and so we're announcing it at this year's Automation Fair. Let's talk about our MES capabilities. Our MES starts with a platform that we call Production Center. It's a world-class MES platform, the only in the world to have both a discrete and process model. Now, what we've been doing over the last several years is building, much like I mentioned with Plant PX, building libraries on top of Production Center to make it easier to implement. So the idea was that we build a library for a particular industry and particular applications. And that way the software becomes more configurable and not programmable. We focused on 3 industries with that approach: automotive, life science, and CPG. But as we move forward, we realized that, Production Center in the suites is a very comprehensive platform. It's really intended for companies who know they need MES, and they want to make the MES investment. That's not everyone. And so some customers want to get started small. And so in the coming year, we're releasing a series of what we refer to as fit-for-purpose, pre-packaged applications. There will be 3 of them: performance, which will be focused on OEE at the machine or the line; production, which is a track and trace solution; or quality module. Now a customer can choose one application out of the box, HTML5 configurable, to get started and allow the MES system to grow. So I talked about scalability. from a small application to very large comprehensive applications, we're also scaling the deployment of the system. And so you could do this traditionally on-prem, all the way down on a server that's close to the machine, or at the plant level for a comprehensive solution. This year we'll also release cloud deployment of our MES capabilities. So I'd like to give you an example of a customer who leveraged both Plant PX and our MES capabilities. It's a pharmaceutical company out of India called Dr. Reddy. And because of the population growth that was pointed to by Blake, they were seeing an increased demand for their drugs, and so they needed to build a greenfield. They had three requirements. One, they wanted to be able to make multiple drugs in a single facility, so it had to be flexible. Two, they wanted to replace their paper-based regulatory compliance system with an electronic system. And the third is that the solution had to come from one supplier. And so they chose Rockwell Automation to put that together with them. We provided PharmaSuite, Plant PX, and provided integration from their ERP through the MES workflow into the batch execution engine on the plant floor. So now I'd like to talk about our analytics strategy that we're also announcing here at Automation Fair. And any analytics strategy starts with data. And as I mentioned before, we're not afraid of data. We produce a lot of it. Now this model in the middle, where you see the red bars, we've taken the Gartner model to describe the types of analytics that people do. And for a long time, we've been leveraging automation data to do the top two, which is descriptive and diagnostic. What happened and why did it happen? And so those have been used for a long time. They've served us well in a lot of device analytics, OEE applications. But the issue with them is that they're still very human-centric. It takes a human to look at the trend and then make a decision on what the corrective action will be. That'll be the difference in our analytics in the future, is that now you'll get to the bottom there, prescriptive analytics, where we'll be able to take data streams, predict where the process is going, and in the event we see an anomaly, recommend a solution either to an operator or directly into the automation that's on the equipment. Now our analytics will also be scalable, because we believe that analytics have the most value when they're implemented at the right level where the data is located. And so we will have a lot of device level analytics, and you'll be able to see a lot of these solutions out on the show floor. But we'll also make our analytics scalable to the cloud, because if you can tolerate the latency, if something is not absolutely time critical, you can do that analysis in the cloud. And now that allows our customers to move a lot of expensive IT infrastructure off of their plant floor. So take a look, if you get time to walk through the show, you'll see a lot about our scalable analytics. Finally, I wanted to talk about that we have, because of this fact, the very few of our customers have formed a formal digitization initiative or digitization organization. We've put together a process with our partners to engage and help them through that journey. And so this process starts at the beginning with just a conversation, an understanding. Where are the problems in their factories? Where are they wasting money is the key question. We then take a look at those and determine if one of our analytics or our technology solutions can help them. If it can, we put together a proposal of what that looks like. We can move into a pilot, which is a start very small and prove the concept. And then once you have solutions with real value drivers, we then have the capacity to roll that across multiple plants for our customers. So, if you want to learn more about our initiative, please visit orchestrate-yourinfo.com. You'll see there some videos and white papers to tell you a little bit more about this business at Rockwell.